Hello, family. How are you guys? Ooh, my heart is so excited to come on here. I was originally going to do this next week, but I felt like it'd be best to do it now. This morning, I had a very deep message to do it for now. So we are live on TikTok and also on YouTube. And I'm going to go over the Earth Dharma Healers Training Program. I know that's something that a lot of you guys have been excited for. I have been so excited to share this second year training. I've been having a lot of people over the many years asking me how they can learn how to work with helping others and finding their craft. And last year, that was finally birthed into fruition. It's interesting too, because almost exactly a month to this date, the group that is in the Earth Dharma training right now are doing their initiation, in-person initiation. They're coming to the end of their program. And with that makes room for the next group of family members in this program. So if you're someone who is interested, curious, if there's curiosity, there's questions, if there's resistance, if you've done the meditation 4 or 5 times and you're like, oh my God, I'm in this like transitional space, I'm in this air, then this is good for you. If you want to help other people, if you're currently a space holder, if you are the wounded healer, if you're the healed healer, then this is going to be supportive for you. On YouTube, I'm going to have this uploaded, but it is helpful to be here. Hey, Gail. Let me know in the chat if you guys are tuning, where you're tuning in from. And if you're a space holder, or if you want to be one, or if that's something of your interest, or what is your gift that you want to explore more, any introduction to yourself would be very helpful. And I'm so excited to go into that. So before we start, I always like to drop in, whether it is any video like this. I love dropping in with you. It just allows me to connect with you deeper. And oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I've had it for a while, so I have an appointment in 2 months to get it redone. Thank you. So hello, hello, hello. Happy new moon to everyone. So I just want to invite you to close down your eyes for me. If you can't and you're at work and you have one headphone, it's cool. Just bring presence in your body and to your breath as we do this together. And I just want you to take a one deep breath into your belly, expanding it as much as you can. And take a moment to hold that breath. Take a moment to be with that breath. Take a moment to feel that holding of the breath. And as you exhale, feeling every space that is created with that exhale, all the way to the bottom where you can't exhale any more air out of the body. We're going to do another deep breath together. And exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. And as I hold the space to invite the souls that are meant to connect with this space, with this mission, with their Dharma, I invite you to bring attention to your body as you sit with the presence of what you feel. When you hear the energy of the word Dharma, when you feel into the essence of Dharma and what that means to you, not what does it mean to me, not what does it mean to other people, what does it mean to you? What does it mean to be breathing, to be alive, to be in this space in your frequency, presently, consciously, and aware? What does it feel to be someone that has chosen to come to this earth, not to be just passing through, not to bypass, not to not feel, but rather to feel it all, to experience it all, to witness it all, and to be part of something much bigger than you can't even fathom, you cannot even calculate. And as you breathe into your body, understanding that that mission is bigger than you. That mission is bigger than a mountain. That big mission is bigger than this earth, bigger than all eternity. And I want you to breathe into the bigness of the feeling you're feeling, the bigness of what that Dharma feels like to you. And it doesn't matter what that is. It doesn't matter if that Dharma is something as simple as being happy, as simple as singing, as simple as breathing, as simple as bringing spaciousness. It doesn't matter if that Dharma is to bring awareness to others, to awaken their soul, to bring the medicine within you and them, to bring community, to bring connection, to bring life. And as you breathe into that Dharma, knowing that even though your Dharma is for you, it is connected to every single soul that is here, every soul that lives on this dimension and beyond. And when we can feel that fathom in that space, I want you to open your arms on your side, opening them up as if you are just hugging the air with your palms facing outwards. And take a deep breath into the space, feeling the bigness of your Dharma, feeling the bigness of your life, feeling the bigness of your soul, feeling the bigness of this earth, feeling the bigness of all the emotions and all things that is and what is being. And as you feel that essence, I want you to take a deep breath and say that I can feel it all. I can hold and be with that all. And as you feel this energy, you're feeling that light around you. You're feeling that essence. And I want you to take an even deeper breath to expand yourself even bigger than what you know right now. And as you take a deep breath, as you exhale, you feel the spaciousness that goes beyond all realms of what you are aware of, all realms of what you have been exposed to and the stories that you live by and have experienced, and all the stories of those who walked before you and after you. And knowing that this feeling right now is eternal, that this Dharma right now is eternal, and it continues to evolve. And take a deep breath in. And as you breathe and you exhale, I want you to repeat after me. I'm ready to receive the fullest, deepest essence of my Dharma. I am ready to receive the bigness of my Dharma. Show me my Dharma within myself. Let me see my Dharma. Let me be my Dharma. Let me breathe my Dharma. Let me be in this present moment. Taking a deeper breath in and expanding even deeper beyond your existence. And as you exhale, sounding. Take a gentle, nice, slow breath in into your body and opening your eyes back into the space. I want you to share with me in the comments how you're feeling once you've come back into this presence, once you've come back into this space, and notice what you're feeling. Maybe notice if there's anything that's coming up for you, welcoming that in, opening that in for yourself, breathing that into your existence. And I want you to share, pretending like no one is reading what you're going to share, what your soul wants to express in that chat, in that comment, in that awareness that you've just given yourself, gifted yourself. I feel calm. I'm going through some very big changes right now, and I am welcoming it all. Love it. What else are you feeling? Again, when we hold our thoughts and what we're feeling, we actually don't give it permission to come into fruition. And that starts with that resistance. Ears ringing, beautiful. By the way, we're live on TikTok and on YouTube. So if I'm reading things that you can't see, that's why. Okay. So now that you have felt that and you've kind of shared what you're feeling, whether it's happiness, tears, discomfort, whatever it is, I want you, as I'm speaking to you, to be with that emotion and to be with your body. Okay. This is a ceremonial Q&A. It's not just me just expressing this program, expressing this training. It's much bigger. And I felt like it was my responsibility as someone guiding you into this program to share a little bit more about the depth of this and the bigness of this that equates to supporting you. I feel clear and ready be shown the way and the calmness about all this space, and know my shamanic ancestors are with me. Beautiful. I'm hearing and seeing new beginnings. For me, it is very close. Beautiful. Finally, TikTok, yay. Feeling scared because I keep going through the same cycle and I'm ready to break through. Right ear's been ringing off and on. Beautiful. Okay. So let's get into this Earth Dharma, what it is, the essence of it, the energy of it. And again, like I said, as I'm expressing it, I invite you to breathe into your body and be aware of what you're feeling and what's coming up for you. So Earth Dharma was birthed in the process of multiple years. As you guys know, I've been on this journey with you for quite a while. We are a family, we are a community, and it is such a beautiful thing to have you all here. Whether you are in the process of creating your Dharma instead of stepping into it, or whether you're in the process of curiosity of what that is. And no matter where you are, there is no person that is best prepared or worse prepared or not prepared for this. It is just is, and it depends on you. After I heard you're live, I got an interview tomorrow. Beautiful. I'm so excited for you, Savannah. So getting stressed, just letting that flow. Earth Dharma essentially is coming into that emotion I brought you into with what your Dharma meant to you. And it is understanding that when we are aware of our Dharma, when we are aware of why we're living and why we're experiencing this life, we then can see the connectivity of that outside of ourselves. And as you guys know, this world is a mixture of many things. Some of us will judge it as good, as bad. Some of us will judge it as systems, as corruption. Others will judge it as light and the new earth. But regardless of what your judgment is understanding that each and every single one of us has a part to play to something much bigger that only our soul will understand. It cannot be equated, it cannot be evaluated, it cannot be based on how many trainings you've done, how many shadow work healings you've done, how many retreats you've done, how many plant medicine ceremonies you've done. None of that absolutely matters. But what the Dharma does matter is understanding that when you can grasp the context of what you are meant to absorb through that experience, and this could be as simple as talking to a stranger or going through a breath work or eating breakfast on a quiet day, when you can hold and really hold for that present moment the understanding of what is coming through, we can then be able to see where we play a part to that. Earth Dharma Training Program is understanding over a course of a year for you to deepen your understanding of your soul and your spirit. And in doing that, you then understand what gifts, what energy, what ways that you want to impact beyond you. A lot of people say, I want to be a healer, but there's something big to look at in that sentence. I want to be a healer. I want to be a mentor. I want to help other people. What if we were to change that concept to we want to be a healer? We want to help others. We want to change that world. We want to heal people. The energy would change. So, Earth Dharma is understanding that you have a part to play. It is receiving the responsibility of your soul, that what it came to do. And we can either passively know and be aware of it and feel it and just play a part of just watching the movie, or we can be part of that movie together. And that's when Earth Dharma was created. It is understanding that the life that you live right now, that the life, the world, the earth continues to evolve. When we look at a tree, when we look at fall right now, as I'm launching and sharing this with you, the leaves are changing color. Summer has been done. Our garden is starting to go to bed. But yet next year in August and July, we're going to see it green again. We're going to see it grow. So as we look at nature, we understand that there is a cycle that continues. But one thing that is true is that it's eternal, just like your ancestors. Each one of your ancestors came and they tried, or they tried not to, or they felt strifed. to create and step into their dharma, and you are a reincarnation of their wisdom. You are a reincarnation of your community's story. You are a reincarnation of your stories. And in doing that, every single moment and presence that you've experienced has brought you to these moments to then take a step to receive purpose, to receive what your soul is here to seed, so it can keep on growing every year and keep on dying every fall and keep on springing every spring and keep on harvesting every fall as well and keep on resting every winter. So Earth Dharma is a training program where we get to weave and understand how to be fully supported abundantly to help our communities, to help the world together, to understand not just the elements and how to hold space and integrity, but to execute your purpose as you evolve as a person. And when you can do that, trust me, your whole world will change, not just how you hold space for people, but your relationships, your partnerships, your relationship with your family, your energy. Energy is everything. During this Earth Dharma program, you're learning how to work through your energy. So it's a 1 year of deep diving into your purpose of your souls. And when I say souls, it's like your soul every time it's come to Earth. This program is very deep. And I will say this right now, it's not for someone who just wants another program to get another healer certification or whatever may have you. It's not for someone who just wants their ego to feel like they're helping people, that I am the healer, that I am the guide, that I am the plant medicine person, that I am. It has nothing to do with that. It has a lot to do with community and thinking bigger beyond anything. And this is why I say that the Earth Dharma program is more than a program, and I'm going to go into that more. Okay. So let's get into the human parts. And again, if you guys have any questions at all, if you have any questions as I'm channeling, for those who are new here, my nose tends to, that's normal. If you have any questions at all, any questions, please let me know in the comments. Just do hashtag Q&A and I will know, and I can keep an eye out as I'm channeling and sharing with you guys about this Earth Dharma program. Okay. So Earth Dharma program starts in January 2024. Okay, this is when we start our program together. And this program is a 1 year container that allows you to step into your Dharma, into what you are meant to do in this world, into what you are meant to create, seed, help, support beyond anything that you know. And the thing is even though we dropped in together at the beginning of this, and those who just jumped in, that you know your Dharma, or maybe you have absolutely no clue, I will tell you this right now, knowing my students that are going through it, what their first initial experience was with the meditation for the first part of the application, like their Dharma has been completely evolved. And they're just in shock of how much has shifted. I'm in awe of how much has shifted for them. So it's taking a whole year, 12 months, 365 days to dedicate to seed something that is going to be an oak tree that will stay here beyond anything. And that oak tree is going to help give oxygen to your community. It's going to help support your community. It's going to ground your community. It's going to help seed other oak trees as well. And it's going to expand and help other oak trees come together. Earth Dharma is understanding how we can come together and be those white hats, these light workers in every space of the world, so then we can continue to evolve with each other. Like I said before, next years are going to be really big. 2027, 2030. 2027 is the year where we're starting to see a very big divide again. We had it similarly when we had the I can't say it because I'm on YouTube, but when we had that pause for 2 years, right? So when we had that pause for 2 years, whatever analogies, whatever things that people want to receive and share, and whatever was shared to you of what that meant to you, that was the first round. 2027, we are seeing other dimensions come in. We're seeing light beings come in. We're seeing new codes come in. We're seeing new gifts. We're seeing babies that are a blend, that are a mixture of human and other beings. And with that, we need people, we need souls to step into that space to guide the evolution of what's to come. 2030 is the next round where we go fully deep. And when we go fully deep, the earth is going to be learning so much. There will be new information provided. There will be new systems that will be created. There will be new ways of schools, of kids coming into the earth, of being born. There will be new relationships and divine unionship. There will be new leaders. There will be corruption that will be completely wiped off. There is going to be a completely different shift that will happen. New animals will come, new other beings will come. There will be no divide of dimension, 5th, 14th, 20th dimension, whatever you want to call it, and it will all be weaved together. It'll be a world of various information coming through. And with that has birthed Earth Dharma training, where it is a community where you learn together, where you support each other together, and you evolve together to look at the bigger mission. And we each bring our gift to create something bigger. And as I'm currently working on some big things as well that are going to be really big, especially for those who are the first to come into the Earth Dharma training and the alumni, because when you're done the program, then you're part of the alumni, and that's a whole other thing that I will share more about with you. So that's the gist of a bit about the program and what to expect is it is an Earth Dharma healing training. It is to support you. It is here to expand you and really help you in this step. As Shay said, I accidentally put it for 2:30. No worries. I actually ended up being here earlier. So I decided to be earlier. Spirit was like 1:30. So you were right. And then I shifted it. Okay. But you're here in divine timing. So I'm really excited. First question. I really appreciate that this is a slow burn of a training. I saw mentioned Reiki training. For how long is it covered through the duration of the program? Great question. So I'm going to go into the logistics of stuff. Again, if this is going to be really supportive for you, and as I'm talking about it, really sit with what's sitting with you. Okay. So I talked a little bit about what the Earth Dharma training is. It's 1 year long. And the program for the whole program, what it consists of. So it consists of 22 recorded course information and programs. So these 22 courses that we're going to be going over goes into various things. The first thing that it will go over is how to hold space. It will go over the chakra system beyond all dimensions, org dimension, light body dimension, inner body dimension. I'm giving you advanced understanding of what that relates to as far as your work. Now, this program is for people that may already have space holding and they want to go deeper. I had a student this year who is a Reiki master, for example, and they're in the program. And one of the things they shared is like, there's a lot of things I didn't learn in my training Reiki 1, and I'm really, really happy I was able to do that. Luckily for me, I've been trained by multiple Reiki masters. So I bring the program to really bring every part that was missing from different masters and create a masterpiece for you to prepare you to succeed, as Reiki will be a tool. Now, I don't want Reiki to be the only thing because, again, you each have gifts, right? The purpose of this is for you to explore your gifts and to expand your gifts. So it's just a part of something bigger that's going to evolve for you. Okay, so there'll be 22. You get access to this course material throughout, even when you're done the program. So you can go back to it because there will be certain modules that you might feel that didn't really resonate for you because maybe there was a block there. Maybe you weren't ready to really grasp the information. Maybe your business shifts. Maybe your space holding shifts. All these things will be part of it when you look at your Dharma and you're creating it. We're going to be going over the elements. So water, fire, air, and earth. I'm going to be going over a full ceremony of how to connect with those, which will be great. You will also included in the program is Reiki 1, 2, and 3, which is the master level. Now, if you have already been attuned in Reiki, that's okay. Again, like I said, some of the people who are in the current program right now, who are graduating this year, they already did. Some of them have done Reiki 1, 2, and some of them are masters. But like I said, if you can learn from multiple people, it can be very supportive for you, and you can even grasp information that you didn't grasp before. I'm going to go over altars. I'm going to go over pillars of holding space. I'm going to talk to you about trauma informed. I'm so excited. I'm like, talk to you about trauma informed, how to hold space that is trauma informed. Unfortunately, in the space holding community, and why I created and birthed Earth Dharma Healers Training, is because there aren't a lot of people that are trauma informed. One of the biggest things is you're going to learn is how to actually hold safe space for people, because when people don't know how to do a trauma informed space holding, what happens is you can actually recreate more trauma for the person. So we're learning with the support of our elements, if you work with orishas, if you work with medicines, this is where you get to discover that. You also get various modules and activities to learn what type of space holding is best for you. So for some people in the program, they might feel called to be a doula. They might feel called to be a medicine person. They might feel called to just do Reiki. They might feel called to do geometry. They might feel called to do light language, whatever your gift is. If you don't even know what that is, well, this is what the Earth Dharma Training Program is. It's to help you find what your Dharma is, what your gift is, what tools are going to support you to help other people and your community. You're also going to learn about your community, how to get your community to support the business part of it. I've been doing this space holding for over 7 years. So before that, for those who don't know, I spent over 10 years in marketing. Now, in this world of marketing, it can be very difficult. But how do you heart center, share your story, share what you're supposed to help, share your Dharma, help the earth, make sure that the right people are finding you and being supported by you in the space that you're here to hold? You're going to learn about that. You're also going to learn various practices, ancient practices that I'm going to gift to you, that were given to my guides, my mentors, my elders, that I'm going to share with you for you to use, for you to experience, for you to advance and go on as well. Oh, Maddie, so nice to see you. I'm so happy you jumped in and for all this amazing, yay, yay. Yeah, I'm breaking it down. Maddie is one of the students in the Earth Dharma this year. And yeah, so proud of you. So those are like the main things. Now, I want to just say this is not all the things that you're going to learn. You're going to learn more stuff than this. You are going to learn how to heal yourself, how to protect your energy, how to protect the space of the energy, how to work with different energies. You are going to learn how to channel more. What's the meaning of space holder? What is the meaning of mentoring? What's the meaning of guiding? You're going to learn about how to tap into different layers of your gift. And every group, the way that it works this year is, it just so happens that the group that is together this year, they're all interested in similar things. So it's really beautiful, because then I get to create and personalize every year to you, and gifts for you, for that group to support. And then you get to personalize it along the way, which is great. Um, Great question. Yeah, actually, I'm going to get back to that question in a second. So, that is more about the program and what's included. Oh, another big thing as well is I'm really big on in person as much as online. So there is a mandatory one's a retreat, one's an initiation. One is going to be a retreat for your healing. This is near the beginning of the program. You could either do it in person or virtually. It's whatever you're able to. It will be held in Canada. So if you want to go, you can. It's about 3-4 days long over the weekend. You will be given the dates as soon as you enroll into the program at the beginning of the year. You'll have a full curriculum and full of the year syllabus, if you will. Another thing to keep in mind is you have the initiation. Now, as the group this year knows, the initiation is the most important part, and that's 11 days to 14 days. Again, you'll be given the amount of days ahead of time. So if you have work, responsibilities, kids, family, whatever it is, you know ahead of time, so you are able to book everything. The accommodation is included, as well as the training of the initiations included, and the food. So all of that is included into the program. The last few things I want to talk about of this program is you become an Earth Dharma alumni. And what does that mean? This is where I'm talking about. This is more than a program. This is a community. This is an expansion. This is like something that is going to support so many of us in such a deep, deep way. So when you are done, you get to be part of a group where other space holders, you can ask questions. If something comes up, one of us can support you. If you feel like there is something that you want to collaborate with another space holder, again, remember, it's not about I, it's about we. You can connect with other alumni to create some beautiful things, right? So all these parts are part of the weaving of this beauty, of this expansion. You also, and I don't want to share too much because even my students right now don't know what's going on because there's some big things that are shifting. But let's just say that we are going to also be having in-person gatherings for leadership, for helping each other, for creating deep prayers for the collective, and also to get to connect with other people and to impact our individual communities and come together. So this is Earth Dharma is constant, and this is great because as she was asking, how involved, what are the responsibilities of an alumni? It is up to you. If you want to be someone who wants to really impact and you're ready to do that, then 100% there will be opportunities for you. If you're someone who just wants to kind of be not an active alumni, that's up to you. But I am looking for people who are interested to go deeper, who are interested to create, who are interested to continue to learn. This program is for someone who is an all eternal student and an eternal teacher. You know, it's not just you do this and that's it. And I always advise all of my students that I'm not the only teacher for you and mentor. Yes, I'll support you if you need anything in the future. I'm here to support you. I'm family. I have all of my teachers I talk to all the time. I don't have any teacher that I work with and I connect with their methods that I don't have a relationship with. And I think that's so important because at the end of the day, yes, I'm guiding you, I'm supporting, I'm teaching you, but this is a family, this is a community. And it's not just something that you just do and that's it. So it's very beautiful that we get that experience. I'm just going to look at your comments, guys. um, Hi, April. Considering the program beautiful. I have naturally spaced for people for 12 years, specifically home from the past. I'm not certified Reiki as I'm an other practitioner. How will this benefit me and expand my training? So I'm going to actually move because my partner is coming home soon and I want to continue to channel with you guys. Okay. So what I want to share with you guys is that who this program is for. This is the next thing I want to cover. Okay. And I love Ashay with the questions. This is amazing. This program is for 4 sets of people. The first one is for someone that has not done any training in space holding. They've never space hold, but they want to start this journey. Okay. It's for someone who maybe is interested in Reiki, who is interested in elemental, working with the elements. That's very mandatory. If you want to work with earth, if you want to work with nature, if you want to work with the unseen, mandatory. The second thing is for someone who's already holding space. It doesn't matter if you've been doing it for 12 years, 15 years, 20 years. That means nothing in the Earth Dharma. Because as some will know, and I'm sure Maddie can attest because you're on this live right now, but it is really important to understand that there's no beginning or ending to our journey, and that humans got so used to equating how many years we have in doing something, and we get attached to that, and that actually prevents us from exploring how much bigger we're meant to step into our dharma. So it's for those who feel like they've outgrown their space holding. They've been space holding the same thing over and over again, and they're ready to learn new tools and expand and change and kind of start fresh and really learn that maybe the people they're meant to hold space for are people that they aren't holding space for right now. Because, in all transparency, we're all doing shadow work and healing. This past year, I did a really deep initiation with the medicine, and I'm going on to a deeper initiation. Even though I'm a teacher, I'm also going through my own things as well. And that's important because I need to teach you. And if I'm just staying the same, you're not going to expand. You're going to stay the same. Right. So we as a community, whether you're a space holder or not, we're constantly evolving. So if you're someone who's been doing something for 20, 30 years, that's great. But at the same time, even if you're a Reiki practitioner or master, you are evolving. Are you applying that evolution and gifts? I had one of my students this year say that, Shika, I keep promoting what I'm doing, but no one's coming to my sessions. And I said, well, the reason is because you're promoting it as Reiki and you don't do Reiki. You do mediumship and channeling. So of course, no one's going to be connected to the energy of your poster or what you're sharing, because at the end of the day, you're misleading your community. So the truth of what you're offering is not there, right? So I'm seeing that a lot in the space holding where people are doing the same thing. And if you're someone that you feel like you can't be present in a session, you feel like you're outgrowing, um, all these things, this is a program for you. Even more so, this is probably one of the people I was most inclined to create this program for. And as I said that, my ears are ringing. Okay, sorry. It's going to stop in a second, but it's ringing. So I'm going to say that's for some of you out here. Like, this is specifically for you. And this is why you feel like you've been stagnant in your space holding business. Okay. Oh my gosh. Whoever this is for, you're really in your head about your space holding. You got to get out of it. And that's what's blocking you. So, anyways, back to the next two people it's for. It is for someone who is the wounded healer, the person who's using their trauma as a trophy to relate to people. I'm sure you've seen many coaches who are like, well, I went through this. I went from rags to riches. That explanation is out the door. No one wants to hear about the trauma you have and get their trauma triggered and manipulate them to be in your space holding. That is absolutely not a way of space holding. So we learn how to let that part of our trauma identity die throughout the year. And we shift and we learn what the power, true power is of being a space holder and stepping into your Dharma. And when we can do that, we're expanding beyond our limits. We're expanding something that we can't even see and fathom. And that's beautiful. And the last thing is the healed healer, the person who's healed from their trauma and feels so lost, feels like they don't know. They're getting all the ringing, they're getting all the channeling, they're getting all the light, they're getting all the things, and they're overwhelmed and they need structure. This program will support you to guide you into creating your space. So these are the main people it's for. And if you're ringing, if you're sensing, if you're getting the goosebumps, if whatever, then most likely I will highly suggest you to apply. I know that once people do the meditation, they do it 3, 4 times, they've done it 5 times, and they're like, oh my gosh, Shika, like, after the 5th time I finally applied. And it's like that resistance is going to be there. I'm not going to lie to you. There will be resistance with this program because the person that you're doing right now, the person who's applying, is basically signing up to erase the life and the being that they are and to step into the truth of their soul. And there will be discomfort and there will be resistance and there will be difficult conversations that you'll have to have in your deep relationships, because now you are prioritizing your Dharma. You are prioritizing why your soul came to do the things that it did. And that's why I have such a thorough application process where you're doing a meditation, you're doing a meditation, and then you're doing the applications, a ceremonial application. You need minimum of 20 minutes to write this form, right? And to actually write through it. Like, that's a big thing. If I'm seeing someone I know just by reading it, just by sensing with the person's soul, if they just quickly wrote it on the bus or in between their work break, or if they actually took time to sit and apply to it for themselves, because it's not for me that you're doing the application, it's for yourself at the end of the day. Um, and some people go through a lot because it's bringing up a lot of emotions and truth in you as I ask these questions and I ask you to go deeper. The last thing is also us connecting and getting to connect with your energy, right? You can say fancy words and share about your experience, but if I don't get to see who you are and connect with you, or we get to connect, it makes it hard for me to hold that for you to fully get into that space. So that is who this program is for. This is who this program's for. If for any reason you feel to ringing your sense, please, again, like I said, apply, because I think it's good for you to do it. And obviously, free will, you don't have to. I can be saying this and you don't do it, and that's not my choice, and that's not something I'm going to be like, oh, you didn't. But I will say, you can keep watching and seeing how your purpose can create, or you can actually take the leap and feel the resistance and have to restructure some things to make spaciousness for this. And another thing that's coming up is a lot of people ask me, can I still do this program if I'm working full time, if I have family, if I have kids, if I'm doing other things? Yes, okay, you can. The way the modules are is you're giving a certain period of time to do the modules, and I'm very good at connecting with intuitively with the group, and these are separated at certain times. You'll get more time on certain modules because they bring up a lot or because they're deeper. So yes, you will have due dates and times they'll be breaking down into the syllabus, but at the same time you can easily do this while you're working full time. The only thing that is a big commitment, like I said, is the in-person training. It is mandatory in order for you to get the full gifts and the full offerings of this program. Okay. So, any questions as I go into the next thing? Um, Are there also live sessions? Yes, there are. So some of the calls, and that's another thing. Thank you actually for sharing this. Another thing that's included in the program is for you to have online calls. So usually they're monthly. They're about 2 hours long, sometimes longer, depending on what's coming up. What we do in these calls are various things. Sometimes I host a healing for the group. Sometimes I have a Q&A. Usually it's a Q&A where at the end of each module, there's an opportunity for you to ask me questions and I go over them live with you as a group. And you can ask me more questions as well. I also go over, any updates, any energy updates for you that will support the group that I'm seeing. You can also share emotionally what you're going through because a lot of parts of you are shifting and it feels kind of overwhelming sometimes. So, the part of this program is to get support, right? So, these calls are for supportive calls, they're for to connect with the group, it's for you to have a group of people because no one in your life is going to understand what you're experiencing in Earth Dharma because they are not doing it, right? So that's super important. What qualifications do I have? So I've been working into this energetic work for over 7 years. I'm a Reiki master in 𝐸𝐤𝐤 and Usui Reiki. Honestly, I find certifications are something that is just very human, but I will share it here because I know some people it helps them. I'm also a breathwork facilitator in 5 different breathworks from Sacred Breath Academy. And I also work with various bush medicine and various other plant medicines as well. And I'm a facilitator in that. I work with ancient models as well, modalities, specifically with energy moving. I will be sharing that in the program too. So, like how to work with energy, how to track energy. I am an auric expert. I'm also a chakra expert. And yeah, that's like the summary of it. Again, my human's like, "Oh, yeah, whatever," but if you resonate with that. So yeah, those are kind of the basics of what I do. As far as business, I've been working in online for over 10 years, even before I did YouTube and this world of healing. So I do bring a lot of the information as far as the human part of structure and business and how to, if you maybe never did a business course or maybe you never experienced communicating or understanding how to do communication with business and how to communicate with your clients, trauma informed. I'm also trauma informed trained. So all of those things are things that you're going to be learning and weaved into each one of these modules and more. So, yeah, those are things to share. Great question. Any other questions that you guys have before I go into the other things? How many people are in the program? So 8 to 10 people are in the program. That's the max that I take. The importance of it is to make it more personable. I've had people who've shared when I share this program, oh, you can do it with 20, 30, 50, 60 people. And I'm like, no, I want to make sure that each one of these souls that are learning and, you know, leaders of the earth dharma and leaders of their community are really getting hands on experience and feedback and support. And you don't get that if I'm just throwing it out there for you. Okay. So, this is why it's so important to have the in-person component where we're going and doing that initiation for 11 to 14 days. But then you also have the, accountability of having the calls that we have together and also everything that is being recorded for you and supported for you and the lessons and the worksheets and all of that. The last thing I also want to share is the practum. So one of the requirements for the program is a practum. And what the practum is that you will be actually holding space at a certain period. Actually, my students right now are doing this. So it's usually around the halfway point once you get to the modules of the year and you start to hold space. The purpose of this is for you to learn all of the tools that we've learned and for you to start to hold space for other people, to get to understand your community, to get critique from me of like how to support you and to also ask me questions, and you also get that opportunity after you've done the program as well, that support. So that's great. Um, how do I get support after the program? So when you are done the program, like I said, you will be part of a group. You will also have in-person experiences, and I'm actually working on right now for us as a group for all the Earth Dharma trainees and alumni to come together once a year. And then there's more that will come up. So that's a little hint for you of more things that are coming up. And I'm announcing it more with my Earth Dharma students who I have a call with tomorrow. So I'm really excited to get to connect with them and just see all the magic and wisdom that they've been doing. And oh, I'm so excited because they're in their practice right now. So how to apply for the program. This is the last thing that I'm going to share before I close this live and close this Q&A on the Earth Dharma program. So there are four steps that you got to do. The first step is to do um, the meditation. Had a brain fart there. So the meditation, and the meditation is going to be linked down below. For TikTok, it's in the link tree. It's on my bio, and for YouTube, it's down below my description, or you can check it in the community post in YouTube on the channel. There you will be brought to a landing page where you can sign up to do the meditation. Please do the full meditation. Please do it. Like, it is mandatory for you to go to the next step. If you don't do the meditation, you apply, I cannot accept your application. Okay. The second step is to then do the Google form. So you will do the Google form. There are various questions. Give yourself a minimum of 20 minutes to fill out the form, because each question is evoking a very deep healing. Like, each one of them were channeled to me from spirit, from earth, from source. So even me reading them, I can feel the energy of them, and it's going to transmute a lot. There are things that you will be doing to breathe and to connect, and exercises as you answer these questions. So give yourself some time, maybe get some cacao, get some tea, set up, maybe put an incense, make a space for yourself, and start just channeling what your dharma is, connecting with what you seeded in that meditation. Once you've done that, I will then receive your form and I will read the form, and I will sit and connect with it. And if I feel like it aligns, you will get an email that will say that you have been accepted. If you do not get an email, most likely it's for two things. One, you didn't fill out the form fully, and I don't understand what your dharma is. This happened to an applicant today. I felt like they wanted to share more, but I also felt like they weren't sharing at all. Like, just putting one or two sentences of what your dharma is not going to allow me to really understand what you want to share. So again, I would highly, highly, highly suggest, like, beyond, thanks, April, beyond anything, I would highly, highly, highly suggest you really being detailed. Don't worry if you're giving me a whole book. I will read your whole book. Like, I want you to share it. I get excited when people share poems or share their heart or really go into it, because then I'm like, oh my God, this person's devoted. Like, they're letting their soul be seen. They're being vulnerable. That's what I want to see, because Herb Dharma training program is you being a space holder and being vulnerable, holding that space and being a pillar, but being vulnerable. You can't just be a wall for your community. You have to be someone that can feel, that can connect with others, and that can lead. And if you're not leading yourself and expressing and communicating what you saw, what you're experiencing, what resistance is coming up through as you type this out, then it makes it really hard for us to help you and to support you, for me to guide you. Like, I want to help you. I want to give you all the tools I have so you can succeed and go out there and do all the things and do what you need. Like, I want to see every single one of my students be successful. I don't want them to just like do it and that's it, and feel like they like weren't able to receive if you're not communicating your needs with me. And that's also a big initiation. Through this program, you might even find out that my boundaries aren't good. I don't even have them, or I'm stuck at communicating, or any of those things. So all of this stuff is required for you to step into leadership. And there are going to be alumni tools at the end that will help you feel accountable, that will keep you on your toes, that will keep you going, which will help you evolve the various stages of your business and your space holding. Okay. So it's exciting. I'm sure you guys can feel the passion right here, but I just, like I said, I want you to succeed. So, in order for you to succeed, you have to take a step into that space. Once you've done that, I will then have a 30-minute call with you. I will send you in the invitation email of that you've made it up to that stage. And you can book through Calendarly a call with me on the time that works best for you. We will meet up on Zoom. And this is where I really get to know your Dharma through your words, through your voice, through your energy, through your essence. Answer any questions you have. And then if it feels right, then you get accepted and you fill one of those 8 to 10 spots. And we get to go on this venture together along with very dedicated leaders and Earth Dharma leaders to really start a family, to share a family, because each one of these people are going to know you more than maybe your partner, your husband, your parents, your family members. Like, you are going to go so deep. You're going to be, honestly, there's no choice. You're going to be facing so many deep parts of you that these people are holding you and you are holding yourself, and it's just so beautiful to witness. So again, I really want to ask yourself, like, how important is it for you to meet yourself in your journey? And if your answer is like, yes, it's so important to me, I'm ready, I'm dedicated, apply to Earth Dharma. Go to the link, apply to it. You're going to be so happy that you did, because again, I can't, the passion I can't express. It's really beautiful. And if there is resistance, I want to celebrate you. 100%. I remember when I was doing my training, one of my trainings with one of my mentors, we're still really close. And let me tell you the amount of tests I got up to the day of the training and throughout. So many tests. And there were times where I just wanted to give up and be like, whatever, I'm just not going to do it. Like, I'm not worth it. There's so many other people that can hold space. Why would I do it? I'm no one. Like, I was going into the negative space. And then the moment I took myself off that, and I was like, wait a minute, this is all a test. Of course, I'm going to beat those parts and have to receive all these parts of who I think I am, because that is going to weave into the work that I hold. So if you're not receiving the themes, like I'm saying right now, as it's like the new moon in Virgo, if you're not receiving the themes, the self-sabotaging, the all of that negativity, you're just like covering it up with fluff. How in the world are you going to hold a true space holding and impact your community? Because your space holding is going to be fluff. It's going to be filled with fear. It's going to be filled with all those things. So how we do that is we move through the Earth Dharma, we bring that up and we teach you how to work through that, because you might have a session where you're going to be triggered. I'm channeling so much. You're going to be really triggered. You're going to be so triggered. You might have a session where you're in tears and you are holding this person, and you may feel like, oh my gosh, I can't show emotion. And then something personal comes up. How do you distinguish your emotion and the emotion of the client if you are an intuitive, empathic person, which we all are? These are things that you become wizards in. I'm teaching you how to be a wizard through that, and continue to learn even beyond this program, and have opportunities to be supported through every facet that you're going to experience. And you will also have opportunities to lead. It's not just me. Like, I have a community here, and I'm so grateful for you guys, but my intention is to share it, to share, because I'm not an expert in everything, right? And my hope is to share with you the things I know, but then for you to take that and run with it and go into different spaces so you can then bring it to the communities and support and bring your expertise there to support one another and help each other, because it takes a village to help each other out. You can't do it alone. And if you are right now doing things alone and you're currently a space holder and you've been doing it over and over again alone, well, I invite you to go to the Earth Dharma training, because it's going to teach you and also humble you a little bit to understand that you can't do it just alone. Oh my God. You can't do it alone. Okay. So it's just something that I'm like salivating for my program, but it's something that I just want to share with you guys, that it's so important. Like, I'm really passionate about it, but like in complete seriousness, it is very crucial to understand that you can't do it alone. And that controlling part of you and the part of you that wants to fixate and plan everything and make sure everything's done this way and blah, blah, blah. Because come on, I'm going to put my hand up. I also have that tendency. But We have to recognize and say, okay, how can I move with this? How can I work with this? How can I bring my tools to support me through my soul contracts to help my earth dharma, to help my dharma and myself, right? And then I have a whole bunch of leaders at my disposal. You guys are having many alumni. Every time there's someone that steps into this earth dharma, that gives another person an opportunity to support, to collaborate, to expand, to help each other out, to help our community. And that is what we hope for this world, right? Not to be in fear, not to feel like we're stagnant, not to feel like we want to help people but we can't, but it's like it's your choice too. It's your choice to take this invitation. So again, I feel like that's such a deep thing to consider. I don't know if anyone has any other questions. I'm going to leave it at that. And if you're feeling called, like I said, this is just an intro of a Q&A. I'm just giving you a few of the rundowns of it. So then you have this information and you know what this program is about. You can see if this is for you. You can see in your body where you're feeling. And if it's a full body yes, commit to that. Do the meditation, do the form, and I'll see you on the call if it feels like spirit's your time. But again, I really invite you to do that because this is the most important thing. Thanks for the love. It's so important. So thank you so much. This was much longer than I expected. I was like, I'm going to go on for 30 minutes and do a Q&A. It's like an hour, but every single word that I said here is truth. It's for you. I really hope it inspired you. I really hope it helps you take the next steps to whatever you need to take. And I am giving you so many blessings on your venture of whatever you are meant to support people with. And I know in my heart that those who are meant to be in this program are meant. And I know that those who aren't ready are not ready. And then those who are just, this is just an invitation for you to get support somewhere else. That's amazing too. But I want you to know that your Dharma is much needed in this world. And it doesn't have to be look like a healer, look like a mentor. It can look differently. But if there is that feeling in your body, I invite you to follow it. And there's a difference. When the ego, I want to leave you at this. The ego says, I don't have all the things I need in order for me to do this, this, and this, and this, for me to be a healer, for me to sign up, for me to do this. And then the soul and the spirit says, I'm at peace with where I'm at, and I'm ready to take that leap. And I don't know what that looks like, but I'm trusting. And I know that every sign and every being in my body, every sense in my body is telling me to take a step forward. So I want you to recognize who's speaking and who's in the front wheel of your car. Is it your ego, which is about to go through an ego death? Because you and me both know there's a lot of ego humbling that will happen in the process of this. Or is it your soul that is saying, hey, so know who's talking to you as you connect? Because our ego plays tricks sometimes. And I'm not going to lie, there's ego death, but our ego doesn't totally die, right? Our ego is there to protect us sometimes, for us to say yes to things and to say no, and to see that we have value to bring into this world. But when our ego gets too inflated or our ego gets scared, this is where we have to recognize that. And that's a practice I'm going to leave you with. So ask yourself, is this my soul speaking or not? Take a moment after you've just watched this, breathe a little bit and connect with your soul, and then connect with your ego and say, what is the resistance here? Recognize and listen to both of them, and the next steps are up to you. So thank you for joining the Earth Dharma Healers Training Q&A information session, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you follow and subscribe and share this. If you know someone else that this program would be good for, maybe forward it to them. If you're a student with me right now and you have someone in your community that you feel like this would be a helpful program for them, send them this video their way and the link. And again, you can apply down below. So I love you guys so much. It's been such a beautiful journey to be with you. And I will see you soon. Can't wait to read your applications. Love you. Bye.